I'm doing some prepping for the week and I'm thinking breakfast because I feel it in my bones that this week is gonna be not fun. So I want something where I can just wake up. I don't have to actually get up and cook breakfast. And if I can do it ahead of time, that's fine with me. So I think I want to make like a breakfasty wrap. It's kind of like an enchilada, but I don't want to use sauce, so it's going to be like a dry enchilada. Does that make it like a burrito or a wrap? Taquito? It's not fried. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw some breakfast stuff in a tortilla and bake it. It can't be bad. So I'm going to get started. I just have a few things to prep before I can stick it in the oven, but in the meantime, while I'm doing my chopping and mixing and cooking, the oven is preheating to 375 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to prepare a baking dish with just some cooking spray so nothing sticks too badly, but that is the story. So now we can get started because I'm excited, obviously. I'm gonna start with my eggs. Really good farm fresh eggs. I mean, look at this thing. It's humongous. Got a couple of real big ones. Some nice looking eggs. Don't be afraid to use two hands. Some heavy cream, some salt, and some pepper. This goes over to the stove. I'm going to just cook these over a low heat with some butter. I just want to get them to be just cooked. I don't want to overcook them because they are also going to kind of finish off baking in the oven. These are done. They are just set. They're very soft still. Very tender and delicious. I'm gonna set these aside just to let them cool just a little bit, and while they're cooling, I'm just gonna get the rest of the ingredients to throw in here, and then we can start wrapping. Some green onions here that I just separated the green part from more of the white stem. I'm gonna use these in the eggs, and I'm going to use the leafy green parts more for kind of topping. Got some bacon that I have just kind of cooked off in the oven. Super simple, no mess. Just gonna give that a little chop. And of course I have to taste it, you know. Bacon is so good. And I've got some breakfast sausage patties that I just fried up. You want everything to go in here cooked because we're just gonna put them in the oven and warm these little wraps through. All right, everyone in. Got my bacon, the whites of my green onion, my breakfast sausage, and of course, lots of cheese. Give this a stir. I should have gotten a bigger bowl, as per usual. But you just want to get this all very well incorporated. Needs more cheese. There is our filling, and I think we are good to go. Time to get our hands dirty. I've got just my wraps here, and I'm just gonna grab a handful of the filling, lay it right in there, just wrap it tight, seam side down, and just kind of keep going. And try to make as many as possible. Let's see how much we can do. I got 12. I've got this all wrapped up. You can definitely put a sauce on here if you wanted to, like normal enchiladas, but I am gonna leave them dry. They're gonna get nice and crispy, fingers crossed, in the oven. So I'm gonna leave them like this, and then I'm gonna top them with some cheese, because melted cheese, you know? I'm gonna take half of my remaining green parts of the scallion and just kind of sprinkle them over so they bake into it with the cheese, and the other half I will put on top when they come out so there's something fresh on there. I'm gonna stick these into my preheated oven for, I'm gonna start with like 15-20 minutes. Everything's already cooked, so you really just want to get them brown, melty, and crispy, and you'll be golden. And here are my little breakfast wraps. These were in the oven for about 20 minutes, and at the very last minute, I just flipped the broiler on just to kind of get them a little more crunchy on top, but they are definitely done. Everything is piping hot. And I'll put the rest of my fresh green onions on top here, and that's that. I have breakfast for the week, and that was very simple. Now that these are all good and cooked, I'm gonna wait until they cool completely, and then I will just cover them up, put them in the fridge, and when I want one, I'll just take one out, stick it in the microwave or toaster oven or something, but then I'll have breakfast. It's just the things that do it for me, you know? These are very nice. This would be also great if you wanted to do this for a brunch or a breakfast of sorts for you and whoever. A great thing about these is that you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. You can put some peppers in here, onions, make them a little southwesty, put some salsa in there. You could make these just veggie. You could throw even more meat in here, like ham. You can do anything you want to, which makes this the perfect breakfast. So make some and enjoy.